Here are the video solutions for NCFE Level 2 Functional Skills Maths. This is Section A, which is the non-calculator section, and this is from February 2020. Okay, so let's take a look at question 1. What we need to do here is tick the symbol which is in stitch 5, row 13. Now the stitches are along the bottom and they are in reverse order, so we're going to go across to stitch 5 and then up to row 13. So there is row 13, stitch 1, stitch 2, stitch 3, stitch 4, stitch 5. So it's that symbol there. So that is the, oh, have I got it the right way around? No, I have not. I've got it going it's in the other direction, so it's that stitch there. So yeah, be careful you get it the right way around there. Okay, question B. What we need to do here is we need to add 4 more blue stitches to give the pattern 4 lines of symmetry. Now at the moment we have 2 lines of symmetry vertically right through the middle of stitch 8 and horizontally right through the middle of row 8. Now in the same way that a square would have 4 lines of symmetry vertically, horizontally, but also diagonally, we can include these lines of symmetry if we just add a couple more blue blobs. So if this is my line of symmetry here, now everything, more or less everything on one side of the line is repeated on the other side of the line, or is reflected in the other side of the line. However, this square here is missing over here, so this needs to be filled in blue here. Similarly, this square here needs to be filled in too. Now if we do the other diagonal line of symmetry, we can see this blue square needs to be replicated here, and on the other side this blue square needs to be reproduced here. So what we have is 13, 1, 13, 15, 3, 1. Remember, do the rows and then the do the horizontal and then the vertical. So this is 3, 1, and then this is 3, 15. So there we have the 4 coordinates of the blue stitches. So it was 3, 1, 3, 15, 13, 1, and 13, 15. Okay, let's move on to question C. So here we want to work out the circumference of this circular blanket. Now the formula for this circumference of a circle is 2 pi r. So that means 2 times by pi times by r. We can rearrange this, so 2 times the radius times pi, and maybe some of you know that 2 times the radius is the diameter, so some of you might have learned the formula as pi d. Now the radius, we have been told, is 0.325. So first of all I need to double that, so 0.325 plus another 0.325, put a decimal point in line. 5 plus 5 is 10, carry 1, 2 plus 2 plus 1 is 5, 3 plus 3 is 6, 0.650, and we've been told to round pi to 1 decimal place, so we're looking at the second decimal place, which is a 4, so that'll round down to 3.1. So what we need to do here is 3.1 times by 0.650. So what I'm going to do now is just work out, well, what is 31 times 650? So I'm going to put the shorter number underneath. 1 times 0 is 0, 1 times 5 is 5, 1 times 6 is 6. That was nice and easy. Now the 3 is the 3 of 10, so I need to put in a 0. 3 zeros are 0, 3 5s are 15, carry 1, 3 6s are 18, plus 1 is 19. 0 plus 0 is 0, 5, 11, carry 1, 10, carry 1, so we've got 20150. So if 31 times 650 is 20150, what is 3.1 times 0.650? Well, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 decimal places in the question, so we need 1, 2, 3, 4 decimal places in the answer. So that is going to be 2.0150, which is the same as 2.015, of course. And that seems, the question is asking us how much will he have left if he buys 2.5 meters. So that seems to be a fairly good answer to me, given that it's, well, it wouldn't make sense if it was 201.5. That would just be a ridiculous amount of excess ribbon. So we need to work out how much will he have left if he buys 2.5 metres. So the final calculation, which I'm just going to have to squeeze in here, is 2.5 take away 2.015, and this isn't going to be a lot of fun unless we fill these with zeros. Put a decimal point in line in the answer box. Now 0 minus 5 can't be done, so we need to borrow, but the next column is empty, so we need to borrow from this 5. 5 becomes 4 to make this 0 a 10. The 10 will become a 9, and then this 0 becomes a 10. 10 minus 5 is 5, 9 take away 1 is 8, 4 take away nothing is 4, 2 minus 2 is 0, so the answer is 0.485 metres. Okay, so what we need to do is work at the dimensions of this, a blanket, or the cover to cover the box. Now, it needs to have a width which is big enough to cover this, and the same down the back there. So that is 0.6 plus 0.8 plus the other 0.6 going down the other side. 0.6 plus 0.6 is 1.2. 1.2 plus 0.8 is 2. So that's got to be 2 metres, and that is the width. And for the length, it's got to cover this, and this. Now, this is 1. That's 1 plus 0.6 plus another 0.6. So that's 1 plus 1.2, which is 2.2 metres, and that's its length. And there we go, we have got that one sorted. Okay, so 2.2 times by 2 metres. Question E. There's a lot of waffle going on here, but here is the actual question. What's the difference between 6.5 and 3 3/4? So 6 1/2, take away 3 3/4. The first thing I'm going to do is turn them into improper fractions. So 6.5, how many halves is that? Well, that's going to be 6 times 2 plus 1. 6 2s are 12 plus 1 is 13, so that's 13 over 2. Take away 3 times 4 plus 3 over 4. 3 times 4 is 12, plus 3 is 15, minus 15 over 4. Now we can't subtract quarters from halves, but I can turn halves into quarters. So 13 over 2 is the same as 26 over 4, minus 15 over 4. 26 take away 15 is 11 over 4, and how many 4s go into 11? 2 4s go into 11 with 3 remaining, so the answer is 2 3/4 millimetres. Okay, so question F. We know the world record was 3.98 metres, but the new record is 11% longer. So first of all, we need to work out 11% of 3.98. This would be much easier with a calculator, but this is the non-calculator section. Now 11%, that is 10% plus a 1%. So what is 10% of 3.98? Well, that is going to be 3.98 divided by 10, so move the decimal point one position to the left, so it's going to be 0.398. 1% of 3.98, well, that is 10 times less than the 10%, so that is 0.0398. So therefore 11% is 0.398 plus 0.0398. So let's just add these two together. So 8, 17, carry the 1, 13, carry the 1, 4, 0.4378. So this is 11%. So if the new world record is 11% longer, it's this amount longer. So all I need to do now is add 3.98 and 0.4378. They don't give you a lot of space in these boxes here, so we can put in some zeros there and there if we like. 0 plus 8 is 8, 0 plus 7 is 7, 8 plus 3 is 11, carry the 1, 9 plus 4 plus 1 is 14, carry the 1, and 3 plus that 1 is 4. So the new world record is 4.4178 metres. Part G, we need to put these fractions in order of size. Now the problem is the numbers on the bottom are all different. So what we need to do is find the lowest common multiple of these numbers. So to do that, take the biggest one. First of all, check, well, 2 goes into 4, 3 does not go into 4, so it can't be 4. What about 8? 2 goes into 8, 3 does not go into 8. What about 12? 2 goes into 12, and so does 3. So 3 over 2 equals what over 12, 7 over 4 equals what over 12, and 5 over 3 equals what over 12. So 3 over 2, we can see that the number on the bottom has been multiplied 6 times, so for an equivalent fraction we need to multiply the top by 6. 3 6s are 18. On 7 quarters, the number on the bottom has been tripled, so we need to triple the top as well, and 7 times 3 is 21. To go from 3 to 12, we're multiplying by 4, so multiply the top by 4, we get 20. So we want the smallest, so which has got the smallest top number? Well, that is 18 over 12, so therefore 3 halves is the smallest. The next smallest, 20 is less than 21, so that is 5 thirds, and the biggest is the 7 quarters. Question H, we've had some really challenging questions in this paper. The final one's pretty straightforward. We know it takes 4 people 20 days, and we want to know how long it would take 8 people. So I guess they're trying to see if you fall into the trap of writing 40 days, but remember, if you've got more people doing the work, it's going to take less time. So we've got twice the number of people, so it will take half as long, so the answer is that it will take 10 days, and that is the end of section A.